The sun beamed down on the desert, cooking anything underneath it alive. The river had recently dried out, leaving the dinosaurs with no water. With the recent drought, plant life has been dying out, leaving there barely any food for herbivorous dinosaurs, making their lives absolutely miserable. Saurolophus is lucky enough to find a shrub lying on the ground. But as it bends down to take a bite out of it, it suddenly hears something. Here we have the most legendary Jurassic figure ever made, the original Jurassic Park 1993 Red Rex. This was the first T-Rex toy ever made for the Jurassic franchise, and it still holds up to this day, if not surpassing the newer figures. The sculpt on this figure is marvelous, being based off of the original Stan Winston maquette. Each skin fold is wonderfully sculpted, and the tail is gloriously long, really balancing out this figure. You can even see the ribs on its side, with the rubber skin of the figure only making it feel more lifelike. They even sculpted the tongue and the roof of the mouth. The tops of the feet are sculpted, being really reminiscent of a chicken. The head sculpt seems a little out of place, but it still gets the job done. And the arms are also a little too widespread, making it look just a little goofy. This figure has one of the most beautiful paint jobs of any dinosaur toy I've ever seen, being based off of the red T-Rex from Michael Crichton's Jurassic Park. The majority of its body is painted a darkish red, really making it come off as intimidating. On the top of its body, it's peppered with black spots, almost like a jaguar. The tongue and the roof of the mouth are painted a pinkish red, and the eyes are a beautiful lime green, which may not be accurate to the film, but I still think it looks really cool. The stomach is painted a lime green, really giving it a sour flavor. The toe claws are painted black, although the finger claws are not painted, which is forgivable. Overall, it has a really unique paint scheme, diversifying it from the greens we are used to. The articulation is minimal, with only the arms being articulated. Mine has an arm that likes to pop out. Now, my Red Rex is a little broken. When you would squeeze the chest originally, it would open its mouth. However, it no longer does that. The voice box is still working though, which is astonishing for how old the voice box is. Most Red Rexes are in barbaric condition, so the fact that mine works so well is amazing. When I squeeze the chest, it roars. When you hit the figure against the ground, it creates an audible stomp. Now, I don't own the box for this figure, since it's like 30 plus years old, but I do have this picture of the internet of it. And its original packaging was incredibly iconic, with the original logo sitting proudly on the top right of the box. The yellows, reds, and oranges of the box really mixed together well to give off this really warm feeling, and added with the forest-infested background, it all really made this toy pop out in shelves. In some locations of the world, the toy had a plastic seal over it, protecting it from random goobers sticking chewed wads of gum on it. Some locations had an open front to it where you could test out the action feature to see how you liked it. However, like I said earlier, this possessed risks to the quality of the toy. On the back of the box, you could see the Red Rex on display in a beautiful diorama with some of the human figures from the line standing by it. You really don't see this level of detail on the packaging from the newer Mattel lines. I'm assuming that's because things are so much more expensive these days, so it's not as easy to put this much detail into packaging anymore, but still, it would be really nice to see something like this again. Anyways, on the bottom of the box, we see the rest of the figures in the original line, including those of the Stegosaurus, Triceratops, and the young T-Rex. On the back of some of the other boxes, the Red Rex is portrayed differently because they hadn't fully finished designing the figure yet, so they just stuck the Stan Winston maquette back there and hoped no one would notice. The Red Rex measures 27 inches long and 10 inches tall. Now, let's do some quick size comparisons. Here it is next to Kenner's 1997 Thrasher T-Rex. Here it is next to Hasbro's 2003 React Attack T-Rex. Here it is next to Hasbro's 2015 Stomp and Strike T-Rex. Here's the 2018 Thrash and Throw T-Rex. And here it is standing next to Mattel's recent Red Rex of their own. If recent was 2 years ago, God, I'm old. The Red Rex is one of the most legendary dinosaur toys ever made, and to this day, it still holds up pretty well. This figure may be one of the best Kenner has ever made, however, that doesn't mean that it's perfect, having a rather awkward sculpt for the arms. However, with its realistic skin and incredible attention to detail, it really is no wonder that this figure would set the bar for the rest of the Jurassic line to come. Thank you for your time, and please make sure to like and subscribe so that I can reach 1,000 subscribers before I die of old age. Bye-bye!